What's up, everybody? Excuse me. Been a while since I've been on. Came across something the other day, and it really caused me to stop and think. It was one of those things where you read it and you go, "What the heck? I got to reread this. This doesn't make sense." But you know, there's something there, right? I mean, how many of you have seen or experienced that, where you read something? You just don't get it, but you got to go back because you know there's something there. There's something there that's going to be important for you, right? So what I read was the first part of this was speed doesn't kill, and I'm sitting there. So I used to be a EMT in the past. Drove tow truck for 14 years, and did recoveries and repos and that type of thing. I'll tell you firsthand. Speed kills. That was the first thought in my mind. I'm like, ooh, that's not right. Speed does kill. What the heck? And Kevin Haney on there, he understands this one. He's in the EMS too. But so I had to go back and reread it. So the second part is as I'm listening to this, I read it and I'm like, oh my word, I got to share this. This is gold. So it was speed doesn't kill. What kills is the sudden deceleration or sudden stop is what kills. And I was like, huh. The sudden movement from going fast to slow is what kills. The speed itself is exhilarating. You know, you go just fast enough so that the fear of death is overrun by the fear of the exhilaration of speed, right? The going fast doesn't kill. The speed kills. It's that sudden piece from going like this to that. That's what kills. I got to thinking, okay, this is huge when it relates to life, when it relates to as we go through life, as we're trying to improve, trying to get better in everything that we do, in the whole process of manning up. That non-movement, that piece of just being still, of doing nothing, kills you too. That piece is, if you're doing, everything in life is either growing or in the process of dying. Look at trees, for example. I mean, if you go out in the woods and you take an axe and you start cutting into a tree, you know when you're chopping into a live tree, and you know when you're chopping into a dead tree. But if it's middle of the winter, like up here in Minnesota, you look up, maybe it's pretty difficult a lot of times to tell whether that tree is alive or dead. I mean, unless it's like rotting and there's a bunch of woodpecker holes in it and stuff, and you can see that it's dead. But many times it's hard to tell whether that tree is actually alive, thriving, or if it's dead and standing, right? And so this whole piece got me thinking about us as men as we're going through life. Are we dead and standing, or are we alive and thriving? We may have seasons in our life where we have to be still, where it's requiring us to do something, and you may not see a lot of fruit from our actions, right? Or a lot of leaves on the trees. That's kind of like that winter period. But we're still alive. We're still moving. We're still growing. Now, there may be times like in the springtime when the leaves come out and they start to bud and everything happens, that you're going to see more fruit. You're going to see things happening from the actions, from the time that you took where you were learning and growing and still alive, and now you're pushing forth fruit. That's that piece of where are you in your life? Are you growing and alive, or are you dying and standing? And eventually you'll be dead and over. But people can fake it. They can fake that they're alive. Here's the thing: you don't see a tree that's like, well, I'm not really alive and I'm not really dead. There's no in between. It's either that or the other, and we're the same way. Either we're doing things that are going to improve us as a person, improve us as a father, improve us as a husband, improve us as in our business as a business person. We're doing those things, or we're not. And if we're not, we're losing. I mean, I went for, goodness, it must have been a month and a half without reading a new book. And normally I have these thoughts and these things that come to me all the time, and I'm sitting there going, man, I haven't had a new original thought for a while now. What in the world is wrong? And I got to thinking, like, you know what? The reason I haven't read anything new in a long time. And a month and a half for me without reading anything is a long time. So that's one of the first things I did. I needed to get into action. It was still winter season. I wasn't pushing forth any fruit. I didn't have any leaves. I didn't look like a beautiful tree. I was standing and could be dead or alive. I needed to start growing again. I needed to fill myself with things that were going to bring fruit later. And that's what it did. Me getting into that action piece, getting into the piece of doing something for myself that's going to grow me, is what it took. And that's the thing I want to encourage everybody, all you guys today, is really be cognizant, aware of where you are in life. You know, are you growing, or are you standing dead? You know, again, different seasons, different things are happening in your life. I get that. But there's no excuse for us just to be standing dead. Because and here's the problem, the longer we do it, the easier it becomes to not grow. It's comfortable. It gets comfortable. I caught tis the season of giving, right? So I caught the crud here and here from somebody, somewhere, whether it was the gym, somebody who shouldn't have been in the gym. So I'd take a week off of the gym, just because I felt like crap. Now I've given it to my wife. Now she feels like crap. But it's that piece of, at some point in some time, things are happening, right? So what are you going to choose? What are you going to do? Are you going to be that person that just, once you take the time off, it just becomes easier and easier? It feels really comfortable now to not get up and go into the gym in the morning. It's so much easier to lay in bed and get up, have a cup of coffee, and not do the things that I would do right before I get to go to the gym. So what am I going to do? First thing Monday morning, back at the gym, start it all over again, right? So think about that, guys. As you're going through this, always be doing something to grow. Always be doing something to keep you growing that's going to bear fruit later. Don't just be standing dead. Remember, speed doesn't kill. Success, everything loves momentum. Success loves momentum. It's much easier to turn the wheel of a moving car than it is to turn the wheel of a non-moving car, because that momentum, that car is moving. There's less friction that's going to stop it from moving. The leverage is easier. It's no different in life. If you're moving forward, it's much easier to continue moving forward than to get started. It's much easier to keep a car rolling than it is to get a car rolling. Don't stop rolling, don't stop moving, don't stop growing. Always push forward, trying to better yourself. Remember, speed doesn't kill. It's the sudden stop that kills. And in this case, staying stopped kills. Hope you guys have a great rest of the week. I'm going to try and get out and do one more before Christmas starts. I just hope you guys are all taking some time to enjoy the time of year, spend time with those that you care about the most. And I'm going to challenge all the men in here to man up. Look for someone that you can encourage. So here's the deal. Not everybody has the financial resources to give greatly or big to other folks, right? I get that. I wouldn't tell anybody to strap yourself just to give to somebody else financially. But I will say this, there's many more ways to give than just with $1 or $10 or $100. You can give of your time, you can give of your thoughts, you can give of your care. Reach out to someone and let them know how much they mean to you. Those types of things, often that type of thing means way more than any monetary gift you could ever give. So do something for someone somewhere between now and Christmas. Post it here on this thread. I want to see hashtag. What's the hashtag I'm gonna look for? Hashtag did it, DIDIT. Hashtag did it. And I'm gonna pick someone for, I don't know, we'll do a T-shirt or something like that, Man Up T-shirt, for doing something for someone. And here's what I want you to do: put hashtag did it. Write what you did. Whether it's you gave money, whether it's you took there's a homeless guy on the side on the street corner, you took him out to eat. There's a family, you had an extra bicycle, and you gave away a bicycle. That's what I'm going to do. One of our sons has outgrown his bicycle. I'm going to take a picture of it this week yet, and I'm going to post it on Facebook for someone who needs it. And I'm going to make it very clear. I don't want someone who's just looking for a deal. I want someone who actually needs it. Someone who couldn't afford it if it wasn't for this. Do something for someone. Say what you did. It's not so everybody else can fawn over you and say, hey, great job, you're such a benevolent, warm-hearted person. No, that's not it. It's to be accountable for doing the challenge, to be accountable for I did it. And that's something that it's not for other people to make you feel good. It's for you to say, I did it. And that person, you're going to make their day. So that's all I got, guys. Hope you have a great rest of the week. And we'll talk soon before Christmas, hopefully. And I'll post here that I did it too. And I'll pick someone. You guys have a great rest of the day. Take care.